another reason why therapist self-awareness, being able to attend to the changing sensations and emotions and thought processes that they're having while attending to a client is important. It's also for just the importance of attachment in human well-being and in psychopathology. So there's a whole knowledge base on human attachment theory, where as therapists, we can really be there to help support, co-regulate, attend with, and attune with a person's experience in ways that maybe they never received in their developmental environment, their environment as a child, where some of these inputs that we can essentially be in a therapeutic container in psychedelics are now present where they weren't before. And this links to a really interesting piece of research that is still nascent, but this idea that psychedelics might open critical window neuroplasticity related to social reward learning. So when we have critical window neuroplasticity, it's these pivotal moments in brain development where there's certain parts of the brain and how it's meant to wire and adapt are highly sensitive to environmental inputs. A classic example of this is when we're developing vision and the parts of the brain responsible for vision. During critical windows, if we don't get the inputs necessary to develop those parts of the brain, we can end up blind, or we can end up with serious visual impairment if we don't get those inputs. So if we think about this in social reward learning and understanding human attachment and the importance of healthy and secure attachment, which includes touch and healthy touch for human health and well-being and healthy, resilient human psychology and emotional stability, opening of critical social learning windows under psychedelics might be a pretty powerful way that the therapeutic environment might help to redress some of these deficits that have come about through relational emotional neglect, for example, in periods of development that really do and have influenced brain architecture and brain structure and how it's wired and how a person is able to cope or not cope or regulate or not self-regulate themselves in their environments as adults. So as a therapist, we want to be really skilled and tooled up to be able to help support that optimal environment with attuned, co-regulating, reciprocal, curious, supportive, therapeutic stance or presence, such that a person under psychedelics is experiencing themselves. It's this notion of really being seen or feeling felt. We're social mammals, and feeling felt and reciprocal engagement has been shown in the literature to be absolutely crucial for healthy human development. So keeping that in mind as far as our skill set. So the really distant psychoanalyst who's sitting on a chair, maybe not even looking at a client is not the model we're talking about here if we are to take into account the potential and the possibility for social reward learning and the way that rupture and repair and resilience can be built in this kind of human connection way of thinking.
This mini lecture is part of Nuances' Introduction to Psychedelics, which is a free course where we explore the world of psychedelic medicines and their potential as therapeutic tools. Check out the link in the description for more info.